Heyo, your friendly neighborhood quarter guy here, and man, what a week this has been. Specifically in terms of Nintendo. They've revealed some pretty interesting information, some of which I must say is rather questionable. Let's get the big thing out of the way right now. Nintendo's new upcoming system, the NX, officially has a release date. Nintendo has released that it's going to be released worldwide in March of 2017. Funny how the first concrete bit of information we have about the NX is a release date. Well, a release window anyway. But another thing. You know how I said that The Legend of Zelda for Wii U is my second most hyped game of 2016? Well, Nintendo pretty much invalidated that. Not only is Legend of Zelda Wii U being pushed back to 2017, it's also getting released for the NX. That's right, Nintendo's pulling a Twilight Princess all over again with this one. Meaning that, as far as I know, the NX is the Wii U will be the only Nintendo console not to have an original exclusive Zelda title. It's like Nintendo's kind of... Is it just me, or does it seem like Nintendo's losing faith in the Wii U? I don't know. Also, we also have confirmed that there is at least one third-party publisher that is already confirmed on board with the NX, and that is Tecmo Koei. Now, Tecmo Koei has been on board with the Wii U. I mean, they gave us what many consider to be the definitive version of Ninja Gaiden 3 in the form of Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. And they also collaborated with Nintendo to bring us Hyrule Warriors. To be fair, I just hope more comes out of this than just a Hyrule Warriors port. As fun as Hyrule Warriors was, they're going to need more than that. And here's another thing that I find questionable. The NX will not be playable at E3. In fact, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, it's not going to be shown at E3 at all. It's like... E3 is going to be focusing pretty much mostly on Zelda for Wii U, as, from what I understand, it's going to be the only playable title from Nintendo at the show. It's as if Nintendo doesn't think E3 is relevant anymore. And considering that Nintendo Directs aren't the best way to introduce a new system, considering that they are targeted for the Nintendo audience only, for the most part, I would find it questionable that Nintendo would unveil a new system at a Nintendo Direct. For something like that, you would need a big press event, like, E3. So I have to wonder if Nintendo's gonna plan their own separate event to unveil the NX. But at least I cannot fault the logic that Nintendo presented for pushing the NX to March of 2017. From what I understand, they wanted to release it in the holiday season, but they delayed it to 2017 because, according to Kimishima-san, they wanted to make sure that they had games ready for the launch. Yeah, remember the Wii U launch? Oh yeah, I remember it. So anyways, another thing that Nintendo revealed was the fact that their mobile business is continuing. Considering the success of Miitomo, they figured it was a good time to unveil the next two franchises on which they'll base their next mobile titles. Those are Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem. Now, from what I understand, these are going to be full-out games, and they won't be free-to-play, which I figure will be a good thing, because, to be honest, while the free-to-play model can be done right, it's also easy to abuse. I can only hope that those turn out well. That's one thing I like to see with the NX, interactivity with smartphones. And considering that Nintendo seems to be making mobile a part of its repertoire, it would honestly be a bad idea not to be able to interact with mobile devices for the NX. Oh, also, this is big. Remember the whole "Where's the fair use" campaign? It turns out that YouTube has been listening, and they've taken what I consider to be the first step towards fixing their broken system. Now, this is only a first step, and it's a small one, but it is a step nonetheless. Now, whenever a third-party content claim is filed, and the claim is disputed, any money that is earned from any revenue that is earned from that video will be held until the dispute is determined, and the money will be paid to whomever the dispute favors. So if someone makes a dispute against a claim by a third party, and the dispute succeeds, then from what I understand, the person who made the dispute, the owner of the video, will get the money that was earned during that time. Like I said, this is only a first step, and there are a lot of things that need to be done before we can say that the movement's honestly won. But we can honestly say that progress is being made, and that is a good thing. Also, by the looks of things, it's happened again. I've gone over my $250 per month milestone on Patreon, and if it holds up until tomorrow, that means the milestone will have held, and I'll finally be able to do my key review of Mega Man X7. Granted, it will have to happen. The review itself will have to happen in July. I'm just warning you in advance, because May, I've already decided it's going to be the command mission review, and June, hopefully for Father's Day, is going to be my top 10 dads in video games. So, look forward to those videos. Now, for my question of the week. What launch titles would you like to see for the NX? As always, leave your answers in the comments below. I'll feature my favorite answers on next week's episode. Here are last week's winners. And with that, time for the Fourth Wall Mailbag. As always, if you want to send me your questions for the Fourth Wall Mailbag, go to my YouTube channel, click the About tab, click the Send Message button, and send me your questions. I'll send you my favorite ones. I'll answer the ones I can answer the best and feature them on the next episode. First question this week comes from Lunatic Overlord, who asks, do you think Celica's Astral ripped off Josuke's Great Heat Attack? I wouldn't say so much ripped off, because, well, I would have to check the release dates on the respective games. That being said, JoJo's has had a lot of influence on popular culture. From stuff like from other anime to video games and other stuff like that. But there are plenty of similarities. Josuke heals an opponent's wounds before delivering a beatdown. Celica heals her opponent's wounds before Minerva gives them a beatdown. So there's similarities, but I'm not sure if it was a ripoff or just inspired. Or influenced. Next question comes from Alan Wright, who asks, is there a crossover game you'd like to see happen? Well, Capcom's Yoshinori Ono did bring up the idea of something he'd like to see in the future, namely a Nintendo vs. Capcom game. I have to admit, that would be pretty awesome. It'd be pretty cool to see Wonder Red versus Beautiful Joe, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Let's see, Chrom versus Dante. Well, maybe Lucina versus Dante, or Mars versus Dante. Well, a Fire Emblem character versus Dante. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, that's a crossover that would be pretty neat to see happen, because there's a lot of potential there. I mean, you've already seen Ryu and Mega Man and Smash Brothers, so what's to prevent a full-blown crossover? And to be honest, it might make a great title for the NX. Because, let's face it, the Wii really didn't have a lot of fighting games. I mean, Tekken, Pokken, Injustice, and Smash, and what else? I really can't think of any other fighting games that were on the system, so yeah. Next question comes from Super Z Ice 250, who asks, what's your favorite Killer Instinct character so far? Now, I'm playing through a few of the story modes so far, and some of the characters I like are Orchid, Glacius, Jago, and Arbiter so far. I haven't really played that much with the Season 2 characters just yet, but I'm getting to them. At some point, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I might even do a live stream for Killer Instinct to play with some of my fans. If that's possible, anyway. If it's possible for friend matches, anyway. Okay. Speaking of live streaming, if my schedule permits tomorrow, I'll probably do a blind live stream of Mega Man Super Fighting Robot. Yeah, I gotta resort to fan games right now because, well, Mega Man hasn't done a new game lately. Anyways, if I go forward with that, it's going to happen, like usual, at 3 p.m. Central Time. That's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. So, look forward to that if I get the chance. Last question today comes from Sako Kirakosian, who asks, hamburger plus? Try Five Guys for that.